And yes, I'm right on time. Hey everybody, how's it going to the second ever Solocast? Yes, unfortunately Nick texted me a little while ago, said he's pretty much DED, dead. Yeah, he's been working all day, so he decided to just go poof and disappear. But with that being said, he's like, hey, you should just go do this on your own. And I'm like, fine, I'll do it on my own because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, Cody, you see that? You see? Spotify, and I am on time. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. I actually stayed up late last night figuring out how to get the podcast up on Spotify. And if you haven't already, go check it out on Spotify, follow, subscribe, whatever it is over there. But I did it because of these people here in the chat right now, giving me all kinds of crap about not putting it on Spotify. It's on Spotify. But I had to decide how and where and what episodes to put up. So I just decided to start with the 2024, the first episode of 2024, which was episode 27. Now, a million. Yeah, yes. Have you been promoting it for me, Dave? Have you? No, I didn't think so. And Nick, yeah. He's DED, dead. So the sky is not falling. Just make sure. You're gonna think of something else to complain about? That's kind of funny. Why is the chat not coming up? Oh, see, and Nick just texted me. He's falling in a hole or something. I don't know. So why can't I see the chat? I've got my everything running over here. Here we go. What does it say? Sorry, I'm at work 16 hours today. Yeah, that's pretty much what Nick said. So, yeah, but ooh, do we have a lot of nonsense to talk about today? Oh, so what do you guys want to talk about first? The Xbox layoff, the quitting of the president of, what was it, Activision Blizzard, Xbox laying off people who are making the physical games, or Palworld? Which one do you want to talk about? There's so much to talk about. What are you saying here? Cody says, not going to lie, I'm starting to get annoyed with Palworld because everyone keeps talking about it. You know why everyone keeps talking about it? Because people keep watching the videos. And that's the reason. Yeah, it is a bunch of nonsense. But since you guys seem to be pointing out the layoffs, yeah, we're going to talk about the layoffs. And I'm going to pull up my article here from... Actually, I'm just going to pull up the entire site of Pure Xbox because they have all the articles right here. We'll start with... Yeah, we'll get right into it. If you guys want to know what game I'm playing, I just beat RoboCop, and I'm playing Exoprimal, but I just picked up these two. Tekken 8 and Under Night in Birth Sisyphus. Got those today. So with that being said, let's move on. Pure Xbox says all kinds of stuff here. Let's click on the first one. Microsoft cuts 1,900 jobs across Xbox, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard teams. Ain't that crazy? That is kind of funny that they just happen to do that. Just uploaded a Palworld video as if on cue. Because people are watching them. If you go back and look, you can see my video is doing a lot better than I thought. I just uploaded one, covered it, and put some gameplay, and I was like, hey, let's see who watches it. And mine was all about nonsense. But like I said, we'll get to that. So Microsoft, the quote here says, we have made the painful decision to reduce the size of our gaming workforce. Yeah, you just spent $72 billion. You know, yeah, we can go through all this, but that's that's really sad. That here, as part of the process, we have made a painful decision to reduce the size of our gaming workforce by approximately 1,900 roles. That's almost 2,000 people. That's a lot of people. Roles out of 22,000 people. That's almost, wow, almost 10%. That's a lot of people. The gaming leadership team and I committed to navigating this process as thoughtfully as possible. The people who are directly impacted by these reductions have all played an important part in the success of Activision, Blizzard, ZeniMax, and the Xbox teams. Okay, so they couldn't have been that important if you're letting them all go. So that's nuts. That is crazy. Phil Spencer he's not looking like such a good guy these days. I'll tell you what. Cody, yeah, that not just Walmart. Have you been to your local Walmart lately? Mine has already set up the end cap with like double the size in 2 4-foot sections of just digital cards. And half the game section, it's only 2 4-foot sections now. And instead of 3, where the Switch and the PlayStation both have 3, it's ridiculous. And half of the second one is all just controllers. But we'll get into another part of that. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. I don't know anybody impacted because all the people I know don't work directly for the gaming sector. And if you guys saw what I posted the other day, here, actually, let me see if I can pull that up. My previous video where I showed, I'll get into it after this, after we go through these articles, but the Xbox is coming out with a new refreshed version, and it will be announced later this year for both the Series S and the Series X. They have new code names and everything. And the interesting thing on both of those, they're all digital, which brings me to my next article. If we go back to pure Xbox, we'll touch on Blizzard president quits Microsoft and development survival game also canceled. We're going to go down here to this little interesting little booger right here. Xbox's physical games departments reportedly affected by Microsoft layoffs. It does not seem to be industry trajectory. That's nuts. So there you go. Following the reveal of 1,900 job losses across various Xbox teams earlier today, more news continues to trickle in about exactly which teams have been affected, and some of them apparently focused around physical games. According to Windows Central, that guy, Microsoft has shut down departments related to bringing physical Xbox games to market. He advises that Xbox isn't necessarily quitting retail, but things are clearly changing internally. Hey, yeah, we've got, well, we're still missing Grim. God, I hope he's okay. Oh, and Nick. So, yeah. But hey, D-Man, thank you for being here. Yeah, that's everybody. That's everybody. I remember months ago, I said this might be Xbox's last console generation, and they might go Sega, just rely on the phone. Cody, you know what? Back then, I would have said, no, you're probably wrong. Now, you might just be right. I mean, wow. The only thing I could say is Microsoft might just take all their stuff third party and just have streaming hardware, which no one ever thought that. Hey there, Kevin, how you doing? So that's kind of nuts. No, you're right, Dave. Xbox isn't going anywhere because they've just spent way too much money. It's how they're going to distribute their games and on what. Probably. I don't remember if I pinned the comment, Cody, but hey, if you got a good memory, mine's crap because I'm getting old. So yeah. But it's kind of nuts. we're not just seeing losses in jobs of just developing the development teams. We're seeing the people. Wow. And let's read this. Note, reducing retail teams doesn't confirm Microsoft is quitting physical retail for Xbox games yet. Yet. There's the keyword yet. So there you go, Cody. You're on the right path. They can outsource and might be consolidating here. That's interesting. So don't run with Xbox is quitting physical based on this, but it does seem to be the industry trajectory. Writing is on the wall. The industry trajectory is just because they want to do that, because it costs them a lot less money. Nintendo's not. I guarantee you, I'll put money, like folding money, as my buddy Lich would say. I'll put folding money on it that Nintendo will still stay physical. Why? Because they liked it, and their audience demands it. Nintendo listens to their audience, don't they? Especially when it comes to Pokemon, right? Right? Okay, we'll not get into that right now. But I don't see the next Nintendo console going all digital. I don't see PlayStation doing that anytime soon either. And if they think that's the trajectory of the industry, I want to say for next decade or so, just because too many people want physical. And now with this resurgence, okay, tell me if you guys have heard about this all of a sudden resurgence of physical media, where movies are now coming out again. I'm seeing stuff on DVD more than I ever did. Blu-ray, of course, but DVD, I've been seeing that quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, that's nuts. Well, what are you saying, D-Man? We got at least one more console generation with physical games. You know what? Yeah, hence the 10 years. I think with everything that's been going around with what Microsoft is doing with their refresh and a new console on the horizon and possibly 2026, where the new PlayStation 6 is 2028, rumors. That might be the last console for Xbox in terms of physical. I don't even think that generation's going to be physical. I think PlayStation 6 will have physical, and so will the next Switch. Ooh, in 2030, it's digital games. 2030 is still 6 years away. We'll be in the next generation by then, and I don't think it's going to be all digital in the next generation, John. But there's a possibility. There's a big possibility. Yep, I agree, D-Man. Nintendo will be the absolute last to end physical gaming. Yeah, just because Nintendo. Look at the amount of storage, onboard storage we had for the Switch. And if all the rumors about the next Switch are true, it's not going to have that much more. But Xbox, yeah, I believe Xbox could. What is this, Cody? I could see everyone ditching Walmart, Target, and do their own distribution or do Amazon. Maybe GameStop, because GameStop, yeah, unless they go belly up. So that's interesting. GameStop's looking to go belly up. And from what I hear, there's a store in the UK called Game, which is no longer taking pre-owned games, which is really weird. So I wonder if that has anything to do with what's going on within the industry as well. But that's kind of weird. Doesn't Nintendo get more sales physical because parents and family buying this stuff for kids? From what I've heard, that is true. They won't understand giving them digital gift cards for games, really. Agreed. I think from what I've been seeing, that's pretty much the case. You'd be surprised, Cody. When it comes to grandmas figuring out Amazon, grandmas aren't that old these days. They're a lot of. I'm 40. I have friends in their mid to late 40s that are grandmas and grandpas, or will be soon. So if you're talking late 40s, most of them know how to use Amazon. So You mean great grandmas? Great grandpas? Maybe. Maybe. Like, hey, my mom knows how to use Amazon, and I'm pretty surprised she knows how to use Etsy. So, and my mom's in her 60s, mid 60s. So there you go. Yeah, okay, John. PC gaming did go digital in 2013, but that's a whole different story because PC always did those mass boxes, and then, it was just easier to distribute on a million different pieces of hardware through one centralized service. It's not like one console you can buy and then do it that way. And then, but console and PC gaming are two completely different cultures, two completely different audiences. Console gamers tend to be nicer and more grounded, where PC gamers tend not to be, except for PlayStation fanboys. They're just awful people. Okay. Yeah, because we don't have any PlayStation fanboys that watch us. Because hey, look, Nick is PC and I'm Nintendo Xbox for the most part. I do have PlayStation 5 sometimes. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, my PS5 has been sitting unused. I think since I've got the new Slim, I've used it twice. So yeah, but let's continue here. That's a dang shame. All these people losing their jobs, and then this dude quitting. So Blizzard president quits Microsoft in development survival game also canceled. I didn't know about that. It's an incredibly hard day. Wow, look at like this dude's face. He's just like, man. And this is an old photo. Uh, Article reads, after today's megaton news of almost 2,000 job losses over at Team Xbox, we have even more disruption amongst the ranks. Longtime Blizzard president and ex-Microsoft executive Mike Ybarra, oh, that's right, I know that name, has announced his departure from the studio, and with the cancellation of Blizzard's in-development survival game. Okay, that name sounds so familiar. I think I might have been on a meeting when I worked for Microsoft with him. Don't quote me on that. It might have been him. That name sounds really, really familiar. And when I was working for them, I actually was in meetings with multiple people, but not in person. It was a conference before my training was even done. I had like three or four phone conferences with groups of people, and that name sounds super familiar. Ybarra has taken to Twitter to post a heartfelt message about his departure, focusing intently on the swath of other job losses happening at the Overwatch developer. Really? Of all the games, you chose Overwatch? Not World of Warcraft? Not Diablo? But Overwatch? Okay. You can read through this full statement down below. Yeah, I don't want to read that. So that's wow. What is it? What is Tesco British Walmart already got rid of their physical games card only? Best Buy got rid of their movies. I could see Xbox and maybe Sony getting rid of physical retail at least. Well, Cody, I will tell you this. There's a couple of other retailers over here that have done the same, such as Costco. I go in and there's just console and a bunch of cards. Just a bunch of cards. And I remember them used to having displays of games and stuff when I had my membership like 4 or 5 years ago. And then I just re-signed up, like you guys know, because I did the box. Best Buy stores in January. What do you mean? In January 31st? Is that what they're gonna do? I heard something like Walmart wants to save physical media, but I don't know how true that is. Um, I could see that, D-Man, because without gaming, what really is there in their electronics? You got TVs, laptops, and phones, and then a bunch of cables. But how many people go there to buy that stuff when you can go to Best Buy and get a better version? You can order something better quality on Amazon. I only go into Walmart for when my wife's like, "Oh, we need toilet paper. We need some snacks. We need something like that." I'll go and pick that up. I had to buy a couple of plastic bins yesterday because I was cleaning up my office in here, And then I'm like, I even thought about it. I was like, what else do I come here for? Oh, I check the action figures. That's about it. Because what else is there? Like, really? And then I would never go to Target. The only reason is for controllers and action figures. Anything you can get from Target, you can buy on Amazon. So Target's a crap company anyway. So wow, okay. Cody's saying a lot of your family electric. I'm assuming electronics. Well, the thing is, Walmart. When it comes to buying brands at Walmart, they have their own brands and they're really poorly put together. Like On, the ONN. Yeah, I'll buy some accessories. I have a mat that I use for my unboxings. That gray one, it's On, but I won't buy any of their TVs or their tablets or anything. Yeah, yeah, you're right, John. That Walmart controller was On brand, and it was garbage. So Walmart is really, really cheap. And without games and first party, even third party accessories from the likes of PowerA, PDP, Nyko, Hori, what have you, what else do they have there? They're going to sell the consoles, but people will just go there, buy their console, and then never come back. And that's a big thing that they still rely on in their electronics section. But I don't know. They're not going to be carrying movies that much longer because unless they really do have this massive resurgence, I don't see it happening. Cody says On ain't that bad. Have a weird earbud and it's good. Plus the On/Roku TV. See, I almost bought a 75-inch On Roku TV, but we looked up the online reviews and they were just like, after 6 months, after 8 months, after a year, after, a very short period, people were having problems with in-screen flicker, dead pixels, just the panel going out. And I was like, let me spend an extra $200 and get a better brand. And I didn't even spend an extra $200. I found this, a better TV for 250, a 55-inch. That was nuts. That TCL. And I heard some decent stuff about that. But again, it was 250. I just needed a new TV. My next one is I'm looking at is going to be an LG. So because the one I have in my living room, the 70-inch, I think I have a 65 or a 70-inch in my living room, and where's a 69? I don't know. Is an LG. The On TV brand is made by TCL panel and Vizio parts. Oh, so it's like a Frankenstein. Wow. Just like the Insignias. Remember the Insignias? Best Buy? Wow. Cody says, ours died after 1 year, but the cat spayed the TV, so we think that's why. The cat peed all over it. Good job. Good job. That tends to happen. So this is all a lot of craziness with all this Xbox stuff and physical stuff. Oh, whoa, look, new article. Xbox hit 3 trillion market value on same day of layoffs. It's actually a historic milestone for the tech giant. Wow. That looks bad, doesn't it, Satya Natella? I can't remember. I have his book, though. They gave it to me when I worked at Satya Nadella. They gave us his book when I was working for them. So that was kind of funny. That's nuts. So I'm going to have to read into that and look more into that. Oh yeah, Hasbro did the same thing. Like, do I really have to say it? Do I have to say it? Um, that happened last year when they made money on the day they laid off people last year too. Yeah, Microsoft did the same thing, John. Yeah. And the thing is, it seems like a lot of these companies wait till right after the holidays and say bye. And Hasbro did it like, what was that, a couple days before Christmas? This is nuts. I will say, part of owning your own business, you really don't have to worry about that if you keep yourself focused and don't get your head above water. It's not something you really have to worry about all the time, and it makes life a little easier. And yes, Hasbro does suck. And by the way, I went to Ross earlier and TJ Maxx and looked to see what action figures. TJ Maxx doesn't have anything anymore in terms of electronics and whatnot, but Ross has tons of Hasbro stuff. Same thing if you go to Ollie's, they have tons of Hasbro. Hasbro still has your wallet, Cody. I'm sorry. Yeah, and Transformers are being done by Super 7. A lot of companies are Super 7's doing a lot of stuff. So, but Mattel is in the same boat. So don't get me wrong, they just closed down He-Man.org, and people are saying because the toys and stuff aren't doing well. Well, look at the really crap that you put out for your Masters TV show. And no, I haven't watched Revolution. So yeah, I'm very about that. Uh, yeah, I saw did now. Okay, I know Cody. You watch the Clownfish TV stuff, and Neon likes to cover what do you call it? The Hasbro stuff, and he was talking about how poorly the new Transformers ones are designed, especially. Oh, what was the one that turned? I forgot what it was supposed to turn into, but it looked like it was bending over. They said, "What is this thing?" And it looked like a weird. I don't know what, like a claw or something. And oh, I can't even remember what it was. But Neon said that's not even supposed to be what it looks like, and it's a shame. But yeah, how do you not have? Wait, where are you that you don't have Ross or Ollie's? Well, I just found Ollie's because, um, oh yeah, the Metroplex. There you go, the Metroplex. When I lived in South Florida, we didn't. There were no Ollie's. I don't know if there are any down there now, but when I lived down there, there was none. So I've been to my first Ollie's, I don't know, about 2 years ago. Uh, where is there an Ollie's in South Florida? I don't even know where there's an Ollie's down there. Transformers toys aren't what they once were. Yeah, that's true, Demon. Like, but all the toys are. Anything put out by Hasbro, especially if they don't have the clear packaging, you don't know what you're buying. So that was one thing that kind of worried me with some of the like the Master Morpher, because Cody mentioned it that the coins were duplicates. Some of the coins were duplicates. I was lucky enough mine didn't happen. Massachusetts, closest Ollie's 2 hour train and bus ride. Ouch. Oh, West Palm. Okay. All right. So West Palm. Okay. All right. Um, I will be. Well, I'm going to stop by something else. Somewhere else. I'm actually taking a little trip this Tuesday for no good reason. So yeah. Um, Nick, you need to be in here. So yeah, I'm just rambling on. Thank you guys for joining me. I don't know how long tonight's episode is going to go. It hasn't really been a good week for me. So, and I know Nick's been really busy. So if you're wondering why I've been rambling a little more than normal, it's because of that, and because I'm by myself just talking to you, chat. But I really appreciate it. And yes, Nick, when you're trying to talk to yourself, I don't know how these bigger guys do it, but they also have like a million people watching them, and like Camelot and D-Day Cobra, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and even Jay, Drunk 3PO, they've got a ton of people watching. So, but yeah. What is this? With Cybertron Metroplex, he's a construction worker. All the planet civilians just build and build and build. That's why he transformed into a crane. To be honest, I never really watched Transformers when I was young. It was He-Man, Thundercats, the Ninja Turtles, and then as I got a little older, Power Rangers, and then that was about it. Uh, Well, you know what? Let me keep going because we've kind of gotten off track talking about all these companies that have been firing them and then the quality of their stuff. Let's get into that Palworld craziness. So I'm going to pull this up here. You guys will give me a moment. Let's type in Palworld, and then you can even pull up all the news here. Let me pull this up. So if we go here, Vince. Oh wow, Vince, what are you doing? Palworld, and then you go NBC News. Palworld deemed Pokemon with guns stirs up internet. Blah blah blah. Pokemon says it's to investigate Palworld. Palworld popularity explodes amid controversy. All weapons in Palworld and how to unlock, and then you keep going. There's all kinds of stuff. And if you look at the people talking about Palworld, I mean, did any of you guys actually play Palworld? Did you? Tell me if you guys have played Palworld. I played it for around hour and some change, I think, and I realized it relies heavily on the survival mechanics, and I'm not a big fan. Okay, yeah, that comment. If you guys wanna go see it, Cody wrote a dissertation um, in the comment section. But Tekken 8 tomorrow. Wait, what are you talking about? I could have picked it up yesterday, but I didn't. D-Man, what are you talking about? Tekken 8 tomorrow. You want to play it? It's right here. It's in my hand. It's right here. I could have picked it up yesterday, but I was too lazy to go over there. And it was only a 3-day, 2-day early release for me. So I was like, yeah, don't bother, Dave. It's all right. My favorite thing is the pals, like the Pokemon. I think it's funny because you can run up to them and just start punching them and then beat the living snot out of them. And then if someone sees you, like the guards, punch somebody else, they'll shoot you down. And in my video, I actually recorded the gameplay of that happening. And I got shot to death in a Pokemon survival game. Needless to say, I did not survive. What are we saying? Yes, D-Man. Me and my early copies of games. Yes, just because I have the hookup. Big Papa Bump what was it? Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. Yeah, there we go. You guys know that. You're just as old as I am. So Cody says, also, the Confish audience hate for Disney. Let a Pokemon theme park happen, and they'll be cheering for Pokemon again. You know what? I don't see any reason for not cheering for both. Hey, this other company did something. They mishmash. Okay. All right. Why is it people are just losing their proverbial shit over this? When we've had games like Digimon, we've had games like, what was the other one? Dragon Quest Monsters? But you're telling me that Monster Rancher? You're telling me no one batted an eye then, but now, no, wow, because you can use guns. Ooh, this is so stupid. Let the company enjoy their success. I mean, say good for you guys. Just give them a hand that they created something that people are buying and people are enjoying. So what did D-Man say over here? Palworld is another game that will blow up for a couple of months or so, maybe, and then die down. It'll keep a steady player base. Yes, correct. I agree. Someone said that in the comment section of my Palworld video, and yeah, that's true. It is really true. Yep. Yes, that's another reason everyone's going crazy. It is an election year, but I'm getting really tired of hearing and seeing it everywhere. But that's how the year is going to be. But as a YouTuber, man, I'm loving it because they pay for ads like there's no flipping tomorrow. It is great. And don't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie if I start putting a couple extra. I let YouTube put the ads in my videos, and I just say hey, c'est la vie. But I might be putting a couple of extra because I know how much they're uh, promoting themselves these days. So okay. With that being said, Nick, you should do the same thing. If you're, I don't know. He's probably asleep. He told me he was going to sleep. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to do this because I feel like I just feel like it's one of those nights, and it he this happened so late that I was actually gonna reach out to you guys. Remember Punisher 305, Gabe? See if he wanted to do this, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna just go it alone. Go it alone. Yes, yes, D-Man. I do feel empty inside without Nick. I feel very empty. Empty. And this is going to be a terrible episode to listen to on Spotify. You just got to hear my voice for we're already at 36 minutes and no distraction, no breakup. And that's weird because most of my videos don't even go past this. So yeah, but yes. When am I going to start that Tuesday stream? On a Tuesday? I don't know, John. I haven't decided yet. With everything that's coming up, I've got a lot of stuff over the, let's just say the remainder of the month. It's going to be very, very busy. February is going to be very, very busy. I don't know. I promise I will start doing the game streams on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the game stream night, and Wednesday is AEW Dynamite, and Friday is Rampage, which I never watch on Fridays, and Saturday is Collision. So I will never stream on a Wednesday or a Saturday. So yeah, there are a lot of things in Digimon that are just weird, but Digimon was that. But I think it's the big thing that people were saying that how close some of the Pokemon are to Palworld monsters or pals. I don't I don't see it. You can go, oh, it's an elephant. Pokemon's got an elephant. Oh, it's got a chicken. Pokemon's got something that resembles a chicken. I'm like, there's only so many different creatures you can create. And there's still, at some point, even if you use the same colors, I don't know. But it's funny. And I don't think the game's all that bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I'm not a big fan of survival games, but I will say I caught myself collecting materials more than I thought I would. Wow, I'm still burping up that Korean barbecue. Sorry, I actually had hot pot and Korean barbecue. That's why I'm a little late. Went out to eat. Yep, I went out to eat. Got Korean barbecue. Like I said, if you guys have any of you guys had hot pot? Do you guys even have that in some areas? To be honest, I never even heard about Korean hot pot until I moved in this area. So that's it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ooh, what is that? Chili Fest. D-Man says my work had a Chili Fest thing today. They had some decent chilies. Like chilies as in like chili put on a hot dog and eat a bowl of chili, or did they just go to Chili's and buy food and bring in decent chilies? Okay, so you do have hot pot. Yeah, it's weird because I've never seen hot pot anywhere. Thanks, John, for coming and enjoy your eye racing. And yes, this will be up on Spotify tomorrow. But don't worry, you don't have to listen to it. It's awful. It's this podcast is the worst podcast ever. Ever. What is it? You get chill, I get forced day off from work. Oh, wow. Okay, he's saying that D-Man gets chilly and Cody gets forced to take a day off of work. Wow, forced to take a day off of work. I've never heard anybody complain about that, but hey, I guess when you need to, in this economy, you need all the money you can get. So, yeah. That being said, I think I'm going to call it early tonight. Thank you guys for joining. I know it's only been 40 minutes, but without the banter, the amazing banter that goes on between myself and Nick, it's just not the same. I feel very hollow, very empty. As D-Man says, it's very empty. Unless you guys have anything else that you want to talk about, throw it up in the chat. We can talk nonsense about that. Otherwise, without Nick, this podcast is really just a pod. Or it's like we're not so ready to start. We're like ready to pause. Okay, can't leave any dead time. You know that's one thing you guys have made me realize, that when it's going on Spotify, I can't leave dead air. Here, I could leave dead air and just make faces. No one can see faces on Spotify. Am I supposed to, somehow say I'm making a face? That doesn't make any sense. Thank you, guys. Still a fine time chilling and chatting video games. So thank you, D-Man. It's easier when I'm doing something. Hey, oh, wait, whoa. Thank you, Dave. Tell me about the King Kong 3. Okay, the King Kong 3. I had the Switch version, but I saw the King Kong 2. Now that there's a 3, I don't know. I need to look into that. You know what? Let me just look it up now. Let's see. It's the Gilly Kid, if I'm not wrong. Let me take a look. So Gilly Kid King Kong 2, Gilly Kid King Kong 3 Max. Wow. Okay. Here, let me. Gilly Kid. Let's take a look. Here, let me pull up. Here, I'm going to pull up this one. I'm going to share the screen on the Gilly Kit. Let's take a look at the Gilly Kit KK3 Max. Ooh, I like the one with the Super Nintendo colors. Gilly Kit 701 Dock Station. Ooh. KK3 Max controller. Ooh, what do we have here? I'll close that one. What do we have here? This is interesting. Maglev vibration motor, Hall effect joysticks and triggers, high precision joysticks at level 2200 allows for more delicate microcontrol. 1000 megahertz wired and wireless, super responsive. That's nice. Patented smart trigger to switch between analog triggers and digital triggers. 4 metal reel paddles, detachable, swappable, and remappable. Hyperlink adapter offered. 6 metal reel paddles, PC button kit offered. Supports Windows, Switch, Android. Okay. I'm going to pick this up for the Switch. How much is this thing? Well, I'm going to get this version. This thing looks amazing. Like, I like the way that looks. What are we Hall effect? Ooh, but can I buy it? Where can I buy it? Can I buy it through your website? What are we doing here? Scroll down, but can I buy it? Can I buy this? Why does it not? Does this have to be purchased on like Amazon? Yeah, I guess I have to purchase it on like Amazon or something. Okay. Cody says, I can't stay because I might have to work tomorrow, but any news on the Palworld, I'll listen tomorrow on Spotify. No, people have been getting theirs. I have not. So yeah. Okay, Dave. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to look into this controller. I'm going to see if I can get myself one. It looks fantastic. That looks very promising for what the specifications. I think it's funny how they call it the KK3 Max now. Those specifications seem really, really, really good. And I like the Super Nintendo color. So I'm going to take a look. Maybe I can pick this up. I do have MegaCon in a week, so I'm going to be spending quite a bit of money over there. But yeah, I'm going to look into ordering this, check to see if it's available on Amazon, all that other good stuff. And then I will definitely let you know. But thanks for bringing that back up. I do appreciate that. And I think this is where, unless you guys, again, say anything else, I'm calling it a night. Without Nick, again, I just feel oh so empty. It's like talking to myself or you guys in the chat, which thank you guys for being here. Every time, I greatly appreciate it, greatly enjoy it. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to call it a night. Short Solocast episode 28 in the bag. Next week, I can't promise Nick will be here, but I'll make sure I'll reach through the internet, pull him out and plop him down in front of his computer and say, hey, you have to be here. So I can tell now truly how close you and Nick really are when he isn't around. You're right, D-Man. Really, really close. Really. Now, to be honest, we've built such chemistry on this podcast. If I'm not playing a game or something, he's the best person that I bounce off. If we're talking about anything, we just work very well together. And it just works. Nick and I just work, and I think that's why the podcast is working, and that's why other people will be joining us. So wait till after MegaCon, you're going to see some crazy people, and if keep my fingers crossed, you're gonna have an enjoyable few episodes, bunch of episodes after that. Okay, Dave, $80, awesome. Yeah, I will definitely. I'll look into buying that then. So that's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. Might order it tonight. I'll check. But again, thank you guys so much. If Nick puts up another video, chastise him. Okay, Dave. This will be the last thing I address. I asked her. I asked her. Not about tonight, but if she wants to join us. She said she will. She said she will. But as long as it's, the three of us. So, and she'll join for like 30 minutes, she said. So you might just get your wish, because it'll be funny. Trust me, it'll be funny. But you'll get your wish, Dave. But again, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoyed what little, yes, D-Man. Well, for one episode, she said. But remember, she's going to be writing and contributing to the website. She's going to help me revamp the entire website this year. So you may not see her all the time or even hear from her on the podcast. But yeah, you'll hear and see all of her contributions on redbandanagaming.com. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you always. Whether we have 4 people, 40 people, or 400 people. We haven't had 400 people yet. We've had that many watch it afterwards, which is crazy. But I'm going to leave it there and say, I appreciate every one of you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending what you could do anything on a Thursday night besides listen to my nonsense, because that's all I do is I ramble on about nonsense. So with that being said, can't really say anything else besides be legendary. Thanks again. And next week, I hope Nick will be back. I hope he'll be back.